Arranca el programa al día de la fecha, como siempre, con esta sección que se llama ¿Es esto o la fábrica? Esta hermosa columna en donde intentamos redefinir, repensar, analizar una vez más esta industria de la música que hace poquito nada más de 1 a 2 décadas, un puñado de años para lo que es la historia del arte, precisabas de barcos, de containers, de un montón de cosas para poder distribuir tu arte, distribuir tu música y que la gente te conozca. Esas cositas, como te decía hace un ratito, en estas últimas 2 décadas han cambiado un montonazo, y de esas cosas queremos hablar aquí. Para eso nos nutrimos de diálogos de productores, de organizadores de festivales y obviamente de artistas, de muchos músicos, como es el caso del día de la fecha, donde vamos a hablar con el amigo AJAY MATHUR. Él se encuentra en Suiza, él es sueco y de quien recién escuchamos la hermosa canción Real. Lo vamos a saludar al amigo AJAY. Hi AJAY, how are you? Hello.
Hi, I'm good, how are you?
Yeah, well, I'm fine. Bueno, ya tenemos a AJAY conectado, estamos todos acá online, en vivo, perfectamente. Raúl, arranca la entrevista cuando quieras y arrancamos.
AJAY, we are going to start with the interview, okay? And I'm going to make a little translation. So please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
My name is AJAY MATHUR. I live in Switzerland, but I was born and raised in India.
And how old are you?
I'm 69.
69? Really?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I'm over 42, so it's okay. We're okay.
You still have to do some catching up with me.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe in the future. Bueno, le pregunté cuál es su nombre, de dónde es y cuántos años tiene. Bueno, y me dijo que es AJAY MATHUR, bien como lo pronunciaste, Manu, que él es originario de la India, pero está viviendo en Suiza y tiene 69 años. And AJAY, which is your first memory of you listening to music?
Oh, I have very early memories. You know, I lived with a big family. You know, we had cousins and sisters and everybody and people. My cousin was at the university, and his friends used to come home and they used to sing songs, you know, by the Beatles and Rolling Stones and Beach Boys. And I used to just say, I was a little kid. I was like maybe 10, 12. I used to listen to them. I was so fascinated how they could sit there, play the guitar and sing together. You know, it was really, that's my first memory.
Wow. Wow, bueno, le pregunté, muy bueno, le pregunté cuál es su primer recuerdo escuchando música y dice que bueno, que él vivía con una familia muy grande, súper grande y que tenían unos primos ahí por ahí que dando vueltas que iban a la universidad y él tenía la posibilidad de escuchar cuando llegaban con sus familiares de la universidad, con sus amigos, de escuchar cómo tocaban. Se juntaban a tocar universitarios y él estaba presente con más o menos unos 10, 12 años, así que increíble la oportunidad que tuvo de escuchar universitarios tocando música cuando era chico. And AJAY, can you tell us which was your first instrument and which was the first song that you learned?
My first instrument was guitar.
Okay.
Of course. It's still my first instrument. And the first song I learned was by the Beach Boys called Sleep John B.
Wow. Bueno.
Yeah, I remember that because it just has 3 chords.
Simple. To learn, it's perfect. Okay.
Yeah. And my cousin showed me these 3 chords, and that's the one I started learning.
Perfect. No, bueno, le pregunté cuál fue su primer instrumento y cuál fue la primera canción que aprendió. Y bueno, me dijo una canción de los Beach Boys y que su primer instrumento fue la guitarra y que dijo que era algo simple. Era una canción de 3 acordes que le pasó el primo. Bueno, y así empezó su carrera musical con la guitarra. And can you tell us if there are any places to study music for free in your region, in Switzerland?
Well, YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube. That's the best place. But here where I live, there's a university. It's not free, but it's cheap.
Okay.
There's a music university. There are small schools. There's a lot of music education in Switzerland.
Nice.
All of that.
Nice. Bueno, le pregunté si en Suiza, él está en Suiza ahora, si hay lugares para aprender música gratis y contestó, "You're not the first one that told to us YouTube. People from around the world, Japan, Asia, from all over. There are a lot of people learning music in YouTube." Yes. Uh-huh.
I didn't have YouTube when I started learning music.
I have the same problem. Me too. Sí.
I used to go to concerts and look at the guitarists and see what they're doing, Oh, and then go back home and sort of translate it back. And say, okay, that doesn't sound quite good. So I go back and look again.
Exactly. Sí, bueno, le pregunté si había lugares para aprender música gratis y dice que no, que hay una universidad que es realmente barata y hay un montón de lugares y hay pequeñas escuelas por ahí dando vueltas en Suiza, que es un lugar en donde hay mucha efervescencia musical, donde hay mucha música, pero no 100% gratuita, pero que sí que si quieren aprender, está todo el mundo haciéndolo, que se puede aprender música en YouTube. And can you tell us how was the first time that you play in public?
Oh, I will never forget that. It was in a school band. I must have been like 15, and a friend of mine he was an organist, so he had an organ, and he had a group. So he invited me over. He was my classmate. He invited me over to play rhythm guitar, and we played at our winter festival at school. There was a winter festival, and we had a stage, and we all sat. We were playing, and all the amplifiers, one by one, they conked out because it was too hot.
No.
It was out there. Wow. So mine was the only one which was still there. So in the end, it was me and the drummer.
Perfect. Wow. It was
like
really hot.
Half an hour, everything kind of broke down.
Wow.
So I will never forget that.
Bueno, you are still alive. That is important. Sí. Wow.
And my amplifier worked fine.
Wow.
All the others just completely conked that.
No, bueno, acaba de contar una historia tremenda. Le pregunté cómo fue la primera vez que tocó en vivo y dice que fue alrededor de los 15 años en un concierto para el colegio y dice que no se va a olvidar nunca porque, bueno, él había formado una banda con un grupo, con un amigo que tocaba el órgano. Bueno, y este amigo lo llamó para tocar un poco la guitarra rítmica. Estaban en el colegio tocando y dice que por el calor se fueron cortando los amplificadores uno a uno, se fueron cortando y nada más quedó la batería y él tocando, así que una experiencia nice, beautiful experience. You released your first single in 2014, Pennies to Gold. How was the recording process of that single?
The recording process, Pennies to Gold, I mean, is, a recording process for every song is different, because it depends what happens, and sometimes, sometimes the thing goes really fast. Now, Pennies to Gold, it was written basically within like half an hour.
Wow.
It was written there. So the song was there, the whole arrangement I had in my head. So I got my musicians together and we put down the drums, the bass, and one guitar from me and guide vocals, and we recorded it. But then I brought in some other instruments, the voices. So it was actually a very it was smooth. It was very easy to record because it's a good song. It's a good song, and good songs. You don't have to mess around too much. They just sound good.
Exactly.
So that was pretty good. And now Pennies to Gold also has a Hindi version in India.
Wow.
A school friend of mine, she transcribed the lyrics, and she's got a Pennies to Gold version in India.
Wow. Beautiful experience. Bueno, le pregunté, en el 2014 él sacó su primer single que se llamaba Pennies to Gold y le pregunté cómo había sido el proceso de grabación y estuvo perfecta la respuesta que me dio. Me dice que fue muy tranquilo y muy adecuado porque la canción es buena. Y tiene razón, cuando una canción es efectiva, una canción pop así, se graba rápido. Dice que la había escrito en media hora, la escribió en media hora. Bueno, después convocó a músicos para tocarlas y salió rapidísimo, que todo el proceso fue súper simple. Y que también Pennies to Gold, el primer simple AJAY MATHUR tiene una versión también india, así que después we are going to check it. We are going to try to search it.
It's not called Paistical. You won't find it, but I can send you the link.
Okay, perfect. I really liked that kind of things. Thank you.
I'll send it to you.
Perfect.
A lot of my songs, and also from the past, they got covered. I've got a Bulgarian version of one of my songs.
Really?
Yeah. I've got a Korean version of a song.
Wow. Well, why you think that that is possible? Mm-hmm.
First of all, I'm active. You know, I'm all over the place. Mm-hmm. You know, I try to promote my music. I've also got my publishing company, so that helps. You know,
claro.
Pushing out, and that helps. So that's. I mean, I'm not actively looking for that, but I got an email from somebody from Bulgaria through my website, and he said, you know, I listened to your music. I never knew whose song that was. It's a song called, it was in the Swiss charts. It was called Hollywood 26, 25, 24.
Wow.
And they were a band back then in like the 90s, and they recorded a Bulgarian version. It's amazing. It's really
tremendo. Bueno, nos estaba contando la experiencia, bueno, que aparte de tener Pennies to Gold, el primer single traducido, versionado en hindi, dice que también tiene canciones hechas en coreano y tiene canciones en búlgaro, rarísimo, una locura debe ser eso, porque bueno, él tuvo la oportunidad en los 90 más o menos tener un par de canciones en los charts de radios y de música en Suiza, y que alguien la escuchó, bueno, y la versionó, y dice que es una locura. Y aparte yo le pregunté por qué cree que sucede eso, que le salen versiones en otros lados, y dice porque él está activo. Es algo que uno, y es verdad que estar activo, estar moviéndose dentro de las redes y ocupándose un poco de eso, aparte de tener su manager, ¿no? Eso le hace tener contacto con la gente, y bueno, que la gente le busca sus canciones para escucharlas y aparte para versionarlas. Muy bueno, muy bueno. In 2021, you released the single Anytime and at All, ¿no? Can you tell us what did the lyrics talk about?
You know, I met the Beatles when I was a 14-year-old kid.
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
They were meditating, you know. I told Mano that they were there. So I was a little kid, school kid, and I met them. And I was sitting with them, and we had a really nice talk. So that also influenced me into making music, because at school I was an artist. Actually, I used to paint. I was a painter. I loved that, and I was actually pretty good at that. I loved that. So when the Beatles, so they were a huge influence for me. And when in 1980 John Lennon got shot, that was like a boom. It was so hurtful for me, you know. So I wrote a song back then in 1980, almost like 2 or 3 months later, Anytime at All, to actually get over that. But I never had the strength to actually record and release that song till 2020, when everything closed down, you know. No concerts, no events, nothing. And I was like, God, what now? So I started listening to Beatles music. I have all the albums by John Lennon, listened to it. So I picked up the guitar, and the song came up again in my head.
Wow.
I said, sounds good. Now is the right time for the song. So I recorded and released it.
Wow.
The song, which is inspired by John Lennon and also dedicated to John Lennon.
Nice story. Bueno, y aparte está muy bueno. Yo Manu, le pregunté, porque justo tiene la fecha de la pandemia y no es un tema que toquemos demasiado. We don't really want to talk about the pandemic situation with musicians, but I thought that you have like something with the pandemic or something to put up, no? the spirit, ¿no? Sí, exactly. Sí, exactamente. Bueno, y yo sentía que como la produjo y la fechó en el 2021, que algo tenía que ver, y lo que nos contó que a los 14 años él pudo conocer a los Beatles, que era muy chiquito y estaban los Beatles dando vuelta por India y tuvo la oportunidad de conocerlos. Increíble, sí. Y bueno, que él ya era artista desde muy chico y esta reunión, o sea, después lo influenció para ser músico, y aparte él en el colegio pintaba, dice que también es bastante bueno pintando, y que en 1980, bueno, lo mataron a John Lennon, y esta canción él la escribió un par de meses después, el single de Anytime Mathur, ya lo tenía construido, y que pasó un tiempo porque es como que no se animaba a grabarlo y editarlo, pero justamente por el tema de la pandemia salieron todos estos recuerdos, y los Beatles, que es son músicos que te levantan el ánimo, digamos, pasó mucho tiempo escuchando los Beatles durante la pandemia, así que aprovechó y sacó esta. Qué fuerte estar hablando con una persona de la India que vive en Suiza y que nos está contando esto, Manu, terrible. I'm thinking about all these situations, Ajay, you are incredible, sí, terrible, increíble.
That's
Sí.
life. Life has been good to me.
Para ir cerrando, me gustaría preguntarle por el sitar, si él lo toca él, si sabe qué onda, si nos puede contar un poco cuál es el shape del sitar, que nos explique un poco la diferencia con la guitarra de última, y cerremos, si te parece bien, ya nos vamos.
Dale, sí. We are going to finish the interview. We have a really nice time with you. Thank you, Ajay. Bueno, Manu wants to know, he's a guitar player too. And he wants to know the differences between playing the sitar, in India, and playing the guitar. For you.
Big difference. Very big difference. Because sitar has got not only the 4 strings or 5 strings, depending on the sitar, but it's also got 25 to 37 so-called harmony strings. So you have to tune like 40 strings, and they have to stay in tune. And then the frets on the sitar are flexible, so depending on which raga you're playing, you move the frets, and then you play. And thirdly, what is important in Indian classical music, there are microtones. So between a half tone, which we have here, you've got 16 microtones. So you got there's one tone between those 2 tones. So you have to learn how to master that. It's very difficult. It's very difficult.
Wow.
So good sitar players, they start playing at like 3 or 4 years old.
Okay.
And they learn it. Yeah.
And how about the right hand? How about the right hand in sitar?
Yeah, the right hand is the one which plays.
Oh, okay.
Which pull the strings. Oh, sorry, that's the left.
The right.
You have like a plectrum, like you have a plectrum.
Yes.
So you go like this, and with the finger you go with the harmony strings. So you go like this. It's difficult.
Wow. Bueno, Manu...
Sabía que tenía la respuesta, yo sabía.
Tremendo. Manu nos acaba le preguntó cuál es la diferencia entre tocar la sitar y la guitarra. Ni respondió a la guitarra porque creo que no hace falta, o sea, con lo complejo. Tremendo. Bueno,
le pregunté después qué onda la mano derecha,
sí.
Y bueno, y encontramos también en la mano derecha otro shape.
Sí, exactamente. Sí. Y nos decía, bueno, que hay como 20 y pico de cuerdas para tocar, y aparte que una cosa bastante extraña que yo no sabía, que los frets de la sitar se pueden mover. Así que debe tener una complejidad armónica terrible. Just we are going to finish the interview. Ajay, you were nominated for a Grammy.
Yes.
So, what do you think about the music industry?
Well, music industry is music industry, and then you have musicians,
Great answer. Wow. Wow. And what did you feel when you were nominated for a Grammy? Wow.
Oh, it's great. First, I didn't believe it, that happened, because I'm in Switzerland, but it happened because I'm quite popular in the United States. A lot of radio stations play. All the college community radio stations, they have my music. So somebody nominated me.
Ajá.
So
Wow.
thank you.
Wow.
It was big, yeah, it was huge.
Fue muy buena la respuesta. Bueno, le preguntamos que él tuvo la oportunidad de ser nominado a un Grammy. Le pregunté directamente qué pensaba de la industria musical. Y dice, bueno, la industria musical es la industria musical y los músicos son los músicos. Listo. Excelente. Y dice que bueno, que tuvo la oportunidad de tener como un montón de música rotando que gustó en Estados Unidos, y que bueno, una persona lo nominó al Grammy y está súper agradecido de esa oportunidad, así que lo lleva bien. Ajay, can you tell us something about your future plans? What you're going to do with the music?
Yes, so my new single is just out like a week back.
Uh-huh.
And I'm really happy about it, how it's doing. It's actually at number 16 on Germany Apple Music chart right now. So let's keep my fingers crossed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, and you're going to make some more music?
Yes, I'm currently working. I've actually finished a new album.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll release that in spring, in the fall.
Okay.
No, it's a very special album. I won't tell you much about it, but you will hear from me, and then we can talk again.
Of course. No,
it's very different. This album is different because this album, I didn't have any control over this album.
Perfect.
So I'll talk to you.
Wow, perfect. Bueno, le pregunté un poco sobre los nuevos, qué es lo que va a seguir haciendo. Y bueno, dice que hace una semana sacó un nuevo single que ahora lo vamos a escuchar, y que va a continuar haciendo música, y dentro de unos meses va a sacar un disco nuevo que va a ser completamente diferente a lo que él hizo hasta ahora. Así que vamos, we are going to speak again with you because it's really interesting. So just to finish, we are going to listen to I Don't Want the Phone to Ring. No, your new single.
The new single. Yes.
Can you tell us something about that single, just to finish the interview?
Yes, I can. Yeah, you know, I'm a guy. I like to live, you know, and there's places I just don't want to be disturbed, you know.
I can understand.
A lot of times I think, you know, this is so beautiful here. Hopefully the phone doesn't ring. You know? So it's about that. It's about, you know, I love it here. I have everything. It's like perfect. Don't ring. Don't call me.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Ajay. We are going to listen to the single. Thank you very much. See you next time. Okay.
Thank you. Will you also send me the recording?
Yes, of course. No problem with that.
I'll put it on my list.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, Manu. Bye, Raul.
I don't want the phone to ring. Feeling better where I am now. I don't want the phone to ring. I don't want the phone to ring. It's Sunday morning. Churchgoers on the street. Still wrapped up in blankets. I'm trying to warm up my cold feet. Lately I'm thinking, must be something more than this. I've been trying so hard to fit in. It's a game of hit and miss.